Hi everyone, my name is Johnny. It's almost 2 a.m. and I'm on campus. Don't ask me why, so I just wanted to show you something cool in the sky. So look. Okay, never mind, I forgot that you cannot see anything in the night sky of Hong Kong. So I wanted to show you stars. Stars. No, I mean stars. Unfortunately, you cannot see these beautiful sparks in the night sky of Hong Kong because of the light pollution, but that's not the case. There is actually a lot to tell about stars, and today I will try to give you as much information as possible about stars. So what are stars? Stars are a luminous sphere of plasma held by its own gravity. There are extremely big amount of stars in the whole universe. It is not possible to count them all, but we can classify them according to their luminosity, surface temperature, and their spectra. Luminosity is the total power radiated by the star into the space in watts, and also luminosity of each star can be extremely different. It is also important to talk about the mass of the star. Mass of the star determines its luminosity, surface temperature, and the spectral type. This is actually the most important property of the star. It is actually hard to measure it properly. We can measure it using the Kepler's third law, but we need another object in order to do it. Now let's move to the spectral classification of stars. Most stars are classified under Morgan-Keenan system. Let's also talk about HR diagram, which is, I know it's a little bit hard to pronounce it. So this is the plot of each star according to their luminosity against temperature. It doesn't tell us the place of the star in the space. However, it tells us something about the life of a star. But we'll get to that. So what was in the beginning? How stars are formed? What is this process? Well, it all starts in cold and dark cloud of dust and hydrogen gas. These clouds of gas and dust are called nebula. They're trying to dissipate, and gas pressure, the hydrogen gas, it exerts pressure out. However, the gravity tries to pull everything together. Finally, the gravity wins, and it crunches all materials in this cloud to the disk. And this disk is the beginning of star. So gravity pulls more and more gas to the center. The disk gets more dense and harder as amount of gas rises. And finally, there are so much hydrogen that with a blast of enormous amount of nuclear energy at 10 million degree Kelvin temperature, hydrogen atoms fuse together to form helium. And so begins the life of the star. Star's life cycle may be different according to its mass, but there are two main patterns that each star follows. So the first one, when the star emits energy and becomes to shine, it becomes the main sequence star. After some kind of billion years, there will be a time when there will be not enough fuel for the star to run. And then there will be one moment when the helium will fuse to the carbon. The outer layers will begin to expand and shine less brightly, and this will born red giant. Next we have a planetary nebula. It happens because the helium core runs out, and what's left is just a cloud of a gas. And the final stage is the white dwarf. White dwarf is the remaining of a star. It shines really bright because it's hot enough. However, there is no fuel in it anymore. And after the white dwarf dies, we have a black dwarf. Massive star can fuse hydrogen to the helium much more faster, like in million years, and that's why we have red supergiant after the massive star. So red supergiant is a helium core surrounded by a cooling gas. Next million years there will be a lot of nuclear reactions in the shell around the core of red supergiant, and because of that reaction the core will collapse in less than a second and will cause a massive explosion with enormous amount of energy called supernova. The core may survive, and if it survives and it's small, it will become a neutron star. However, if it will survive and it's also big, more than 3 solar masses, it will become a black hole. So this is the end of my video. I tried to give you as much information as possible in short period of time because there are so many things to talk about stars. We can actually talk for hours and hours. Well, maybe if I fail this subject and if I have to retake it, maybe we'll talk about something more. If you want to go to watch the moonla or stars, make sure that it's dark enough, and also be reminded that we people are special because we all made of the star stuff. Yes, the stuff that is inside those stars, it's also in us.